Hi, I'm Ron Nutter, and this is another edition of Tech Bites with Ron Nutter. And this time I'm going to show you how to get your Plex server talking to the Amazon Echo. And that starts right now. Got a little sequence out of whack here, but because I'm so excited to do this video with you, because we're just a few videos into the whole Plex process, and there's so much more to go. I've started setting up a scanning station, and I'm doing a Christmas gift for a family member, and they don't know this is happening. They don't watch YouTube, so this is going to be a surprise to them. But I've got to start now because I've got thousands of pictures and slides to get ready, and because they're going to get their own Plex server for Christmas. So, but anyway, enough of that. Excuse me. Where we're getting to at this point is the Plex server is so powerful, but there was one missing piece of the puzzle. Okay, we've all got the remote for the TV and for the media player, which then should also cover Plex. But what happens if, well, you can't find the remote, or you've got a family member who is challenged with some of the remotes, or maybe for some sort of physical reason is not able to use remotes? Well, folks, this is the first of 3 videos where I'm going to walk you through getting the Plex app to talk to the Amazon Echo or Google Home. In this particular video, we're going to be doing with just the Alexa skill that the folks at Plex have started with. So we're going to switch over to the screen, and this is what you're going to get to when you go to alexa.amazon.com. We've got to enable the skill. That's going to be the link in the process. So we'll click on enable, and it probably is going to ask you to log in. If it doesn't, since you're already logged in on the Plex site. So all we've really got to do, and make sure that your user ID agrees with what it knows about, and it's as simple as authorize. And we can close this window out. And that's really all there is to it. So you can't make it much easier than that. So that's all I've had to do to get the Plex piece to work. Now, granted, at this point, you still got to have the TV remote to switch to the input for wherever your media server's on. And you've got to have some basic remote to get the media server onto the Plex channel. Okay, it's not ideal, but guys, this is very much going to be a work in progress, and this will show you kind of where things are going to go from there. So I'm going to switch over to the other camera, and I'm going to have a different mic, so you will see kind of what we're looking at, and we'll take the demo from there. If I had bothered to switch to the right source file. And so now switch to the right file, and it's amazing how it's going to work. Thank you for your patience. Okay, now we've shifted out to where my big screen is. Maybe not as big as some of your screens, but it's big for me. I'm jumping a little bit ahead, like I've said this earlier in the video, with where we are with the Plex server, and it's something that I kind of felt it was warranted at this point. Now, we've gone through the setup, and I'm trying to remember exactly where we left off, but anyway, you've got a somewhat functional Plex server, and at this point, I've already had mine recording for quite some time, so you can see I've got a little bit of a collection going on. But okay, now we're dealing with 1 to 2 remotes, and depending on how your system's set up, maybe more. And I thought there's got to be a better way. Now, this is the first of 3 videos where I'm going to show you this, but now that we're in the Plex program, it can be something as simple as computer, ask Plex to play Last Man Standing.
It looks like you were in the middle of Season 5, Episode 17 of Last Man Standing, 2011. Thanks for the memories. Would you like to start it from where you left off?
Yes.
Resuming Season 5, Episode 17 of Last Man Standing, 2011. Thanks for the memories.
And you heard me speaking, doing all the parts, so now we'll go computer, Ask Plex to stop.
Okay, goodbye.
Computer, ask Plex to stop.
Okay, goodbye.
As you can see, sometimes it doesn't always catch, but that's more the case. I think that there was, get it back in focus here. And for some reason, there we go. Technology is great when it works, and we all know that. So you can see there's going to be some occasional hiccups, but nothing that we can't get past. Now we'll go on to computer. Ask Plex to play The Great Escape.
It looks like you were in the middle of The Great Escape. Would you like to start from where you left off?
Yes.
Okay, resuming The Great Escape.
Now, obviously we've come in the middle of a commercial, so we can say computer. Computer. Ask Plex to pause.
Okay.
And you can, so if you need to step out of the room for a minute, you can get that to not miss a piece. So we'll go back to the main menu. Computer. Ask Plex to stop.
Okay, goodbye.
And to me, I would have thought having a main menu command would have made a little more sense, but it's, this is still still the first this particular solution I'm showing you is the Amazon Plex skill written by the folks at Plex. So it's, there's always some room for improvement, but I'm happy that it works at this level. And then so we can go on to, playing leverage that's there. There's all sorts of commands that you will see linked to in the show notes. Let's see if we can find a command here. Well, we could do computer. Ask Plex to start leverage.
I'm sorry I couldn't find that on your server. Help me by specifying the media type. For example, play the artist or play the album followed by the media title. You can also do this for tracks, movies, TV shows, and playlists.
Plex.
What would you like to do?
Stop. Now, that was
Goodbye.
an example of my using the wrong command. I was using an audio command. There's music that you can do on here. There's all sorts of things. We'll try something a little bit different. Computer. Ask Plex to give me a suggestion.
How about starting a new series? Would you like me to put on the first episode of NCIS, Los Angeles?
No.
You were right in the middle of an episode of Airwolf. Would you like me to resume it?
Stop.
Okay, goodbye.
So, you can have it start to search and then say stop, and then you're done. So I think you can see there's quite a bit to do here. Anything that you can do with the remote, just about you can do with this. Now, like I probably said earlier in this video, you do have to be in the Plex app, because I tried to open Plex without the app being there. And granted, now this is with the Roku, but if you've got voice control version of it, you should be able to get the Plex app open from there. I would hope certainly on the Roku. So there's going to be some differences between the different players you may use, but this at least gives you an idea of what's possible. Let me turn the mic back up here. I had it turned down so you'd be hearing me over the clip. I think you can start to see this is where now there might have been some question about, well, why am I talking about a Plex server? Well, now that we can put it under voice control, and not everything may be easily controlled by voice at this point, but at least from a playback perspective, and I'm getting it loaded with photos. Audio is one of the next things to do. I've ripped a DVD that I had the license for, and I've got some other ones I'm working on. That's going to be a work in progress as we go down the line. But this is something where I think you can start to see that you can really, get things by using Amazon Echo. And I'll show you in some other videos where we can do the same thing with with Google Home. So there really is, I wish I could jump a little further in the story, but I want to do this in building blocks. So I appreciate your time in watching this, and especially with some of the equipment foibles happen, because when you're doing it live, you can't always just do a rewind and start over. But this is something where Plex really has a lot of advantages, and I am most appreciative to the folks at Plex who got me connected with the Plex Pass so I can really show you some of this functionality. You know, I'm showing just the Echo Dot here, but there's no reason why you couldn't use the Alexa app on the Android phone, because it does have voice control there. There is support for multiple media players, so you will have your default player in there, and then if you've got more than one, you just need to tell it when you're moving to another room to change to that player, so that you're not working with one that's either not on or working with the wrong one. I don't know how Plex supports multiple media players at the same time, but how many of us are going to have multiple players running at the same time? So I think the answer there is pretty much going to take care of itself. There is even more coming. Right now, when I was doing some more planning today, I've got approaching 200 videos planned. So if I can do about 2 to 3 a week, I think you can see this is going to be an interesting journey. So thank you for watching the videos I've done so far and the ones that I will be. If you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel. And if you want to tap or click on the little bell icon, you get notified as soon as I produce other videos. I got a little behind this weekend, so I'm probably doing another one tomorrow night and potentially even Wednesday, because I want to kind of get back on track where I'm trying to do 2 to 3 a week and try to get through a lot of material, because I know there's things that you may have questions about. And please, if you have any questions, if you'd like to see me do a video on a specific subject, please leave comments in for that particular video or any of the videos, because I am watching those and I'm trying to keep them short and to the point. But sometimes I get so excited with some of this, it's easy to kind of get off the reservation a little bit or go down a different path. So it is something that I hope you're going to get as much enjoyment as I am in doing this. We're just barely have scratched the surface. So please keep watching, and if there's anything that I can do to answer questions for you, please feel free to. If you haven't bought any of this, I do have affiliate links in the description. If you do decide to buy something, I'll get a small commission from that. That's not going to change the price you pay, and I'll help to offset my costs of doing the channel, because I have been upgrading some of the gear, some of which you saw tonight, although I'm still working with that one new camera and I've got to get the autofocus dealt with. I think I'm going to have to just turn it off in autofocus when I'm trying to do something, because obviously autofocus kind of went a little awry there, but we all know that live broadcasting is great. I'm starting to get to the end of where I try to have the videos. Again, thank you for your time. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Tell your friends about this. Click on the bell icon. And please feel free to share the video with others, because the more people I can help makes my effort on doing this and time I take to do it that much more enjoyable. So thank you for your time, and we'll see you in the next video.